All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've got a treat for you. Got Mr. Jahi Tucker. He has a fight coming up tomorrow.
Yeah,
And if I believe the opponent is Akeem Black.
Akeem Black. Yeah.
Oh my God. I ain't never heard of this dude. I ain't never heard of this dude. So besides all that, we can get
Yeah.
into boxing. We can get into the boxing, but
Word.
what's the drip for the day? What's the
For the
drip
day,
for the
right
day?
now I'm rocking that Urban Swag. You feel me? Go follow my man at Urban Swag New York. You feel me? Straight out of Long Island. I gotta show support to my peoples. You
Yes,
know.
sir.
Yeah, yeah.
What's on the feet? What's on the
On the
feet, man?
feet, shout out Kanye. You feel me?
Oh
Shout
man,
out Kanye.
we
Easy
got the
V3,
Yeezys rocking. Got
700.
the Yeezys rocking.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah,
okay. Last fight, I
yeah.
enjoyed that shit. I enjoyed it.
I
I
appreciate it,
enjoyed
man.
it. I think I had sent you a congratulations text
Yeah,
after the fight,
yeah.
and I love what you did. I'm loving the way that you're progressing. I'm
Appreciate you, man.
loving that. I'm loving that. You're keeping your hands up more and you're
Yeah,
letting it go more when you feel
yeah,
as if you have your
yeah,
opponent right where you want
yeah.
them. What else is it that you're improving on right now?
Right now I've gotten to that level, where like I feel like all I have to do is keep doing what I'm doing, but just take my time and in the fight, there's little things that gotta tweak. You feel me? And
Hmm.
after every fight, we go back. Me and my team go back, sit down. Pop say, "Yo, this is what you gotta work on." We hit the gym. This is what we work on. You feel me? And then from
Hmm.
there, just every fight, just progression, consistent growth, and that's the main thing.
All right. Are you a film junkie? Because I
I
know
don't.
I've seen a lot of fighters say that they don't watch the film. They
I
don't
don't
watch the
watch
fight.
film. I don't watch film of my opponents. Feel me?
Okay.
I don't watch my opponents simply because everybody coming to every fight different. The
Gotcha.
fighter you looking at last fight is not the same fighter you're gonna see this fight. You feel me?
Hmm.
So me personally, I watch more film. I don't even watch that much film myself. Like I may tune in every now and again. Like right after the fight, that's when we get like our assignment for the camp. You feel me? We'll sit
Okay.
down, we watch the fight. Me and my dad, 3, 4, 5 times. Okay, cool. This is what we gotta work on. All right, that's that. Film that we do watch is more other fighters film from back in the days, the older guys. You feel me? The guys who came before me. Even some of
Hmm.
the guys who's boxing right now that if they do something that I like and I want to add it to my game, we're gonna try to add it. You
Oh,
know?
that's beautiful. That's beautiful. I
All right.
like the fact that your jab output has gone up. I
All right.
love that because a lot of fighters don't know how important a good jab actually is.
Yeah, yeah.
Would you care to elaborate on that?
So man, the jab makes your job 10 times easier. You could win a fight just by jabbing alone. You can control the fight just by jabbing alone. Jab plays offense and defense. It's crazy. It's such a simple punch, but it does so much. Simplicity is key.
Because I remember back when I was a youngster and I was taking up boxing,
Yeah,
you know, first things that you worked on was defense and establishing your jab.
a fact.
That was the first thing before you could even hit the bag.
Yeah,
You had to get learn how to turn your punch for the jab.
yeah,
You had to,
fact.
and I think that's something that's lacking with a lot of young fighters that are coming up, and some of
Yeah,
the older ones that are in the game right now.
yeah.
It's just
Um,
something that I feel as if we get back to basics in boxing, you'll see
yeah.
a lot more superstars.
Oh yeah, because me personally, I feel like this generation that we're in right now, so far, is the most talented generation of fighters.
Oh, yes.
There's so many guys who have potential superstars. You feel me? Not just myself, but you got so many other young guys that's doing their thing too. You feel me? And
Yes.
so once I clear these guys out, that's why I say greatest of this era. You feel me? Because this era is the best era. So
I tend to agree with because
word,
I'm looking at you.
yeah,
I'm looking at Abdullah Mason. I'm looking at
yeah,
Dylan Price. I'm looking
yeah,
at a bunch of you guys,
yeah,
and it's like it's crazy.
yeah.
It's like
A lot of
you
guys.
you guys are y'all are going to be the new gold standard, and it's sad to say that we have to look for the new because Terrence and Bud. I mean
They
Terrence.
doing their thing.
They doing their
They
thing.
doing their thing, but yo, every dog got his day.
Yeah.
And it's either exit the game or the game gonna leave them. You get what I'm trying to say? And
Hmm.
it's just one of those situations. The passing of the torch. It's just
Hmm.
natural. You feel me?
Hmm.
Like like for example, Will Chamberlain, he was a great basketball player. You feel me?
Was.
Extremely great. A lot of people would say he wouldn't be as good in the modern era. You know, a lot of people. I'm not saying that's true or not, but I'm just saying a lot of people would say. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people would say, oh, a lot of the guys back then he used to do crazy stuff with the ball and stuff. It looks simple to guys nowadays. You know?
Yeah. See,
Yeah,
the
you
thing
know that's
about Wilt, though,
huh?
what the thing about Wilt.
No, I listen. Wilt
No,
was different.
I know what you're
Yeah,
saying.
yeah,
I know what you're
yeah,
saying. But see, this goes back to what we were talking about earlier. The
yeah,
thing that was Wilt's kryptonite was Bill Russell. And what
yeah,
was Bill Russell good at? The fundamentals. The
yeah,
fundamentals are always going to outshadow any kind of skill that you have. And
yeah.
that's why I think that you guys, the 9 guys that I just named, y'all have it. Y'all have it.
Thank you.
Y'all, it's like, soon as these guys are done,
Yeah,
I can't wait because you guys are going to have some mega fights. I
yeah,
can't wait to see you versus Ryan. I can't
yeah.
wait to see Abdullah versus Tank. I can't wait to see
It's
these
so
fights.
many guys, man. Like so many big fights that's gonna happen, you know. And the thing is, with a lot of us, we feel as if we're the best. You get what I'm trying to say? So now,
Mhm,
you know, politics aside, you feel me? Everybody wants to prove that they're the best. Everybody wants that top spot. Thanks to
mhm,
social media now, it's a lot easier for everybody to kind of see who's what intentions are. You get what I'm trying to say, or make matchups or like things of that nature.
mhm.
So it's all about the time that we're living in too, man. You feel me?
Yeah, you said a bad word,
Oh, I'm
and it's
sorry.
a
I'm sorry.
politics, politics, politics,
Yeah.
politics. This leads me to my next question, and
Mm,
it's a sad question, honestly.
okay.
What do you feel the state of boxing is in?
Right now, it's not a bad state of boxing. Boxing is totally not in a bad position. It's way better than it was 10 years ago. Feel me?
Okay.
Much better than it was 10 years ago. Is it at the gold standard that it was at, like in terms of the excitement and things of that nature in the 80s and even some of the 90s? You feel me? And
Mhm,
before that, absolutely not. I feel like that generation will never be recreated. You feel me? I feel like
mhm.
we're kind of like making our own type of thing, especially with celebrity boxing coming into play, and
Thank you
we're in
for
the money
calling
era.
it
You
that.
feel me?
Thank you for
Yeah,
calling it that.
yeah, no,
Because
because no, celebrity boxing's a thing. You feel me?
yeah,
And I respect those guys too, because especially the ones who take it serious. There's some guys who go in there and they feel as if like, oh, I'm gonna just we're just gonna slap box around for a little bit and I'm gonna make millions
oh
of
no,
dollars.
man.
No, bro, it's not like that. But there
Yeah,
are some guys who like Jake Paul, for example. At first, I was like, like, what's this guy doing? You feel me? Like, you know how many fighters who really dedicate their life to this and they
you
don't,
know that was my issue because
yeah.
I'm seeing him just out of nowhere
Mm.
get a main event for a pay per
Yeah,
view and doing numbers. I'm like, hold on now.
but
You can't tell me that somebody like yourself doesn't deserve that. You
yeah,
can't tell me that Edgar Berlanga doesn't deserve that. You
yeah, it's
can't
a lot of
tell
guys.
me that you know what I'm saying. Boots doesn't deserve that. You
Yeah,
can't. That was my issue at first, but then I had to sit back and think about it for what it
yeah,
actually was.
yes, and like I said, we in the money era now. You feel me? And
Hmm.
it's a good thing, but it has, just like everything else, yin and the yang. You feel me? Everything is a balance. You feel me?
Yeah, yeah.
With Jake Paul, at first, I'm thinking to myself, man, this guy's, he's tarnishing boxing. He's not taking it serious. But then, as you watch him and as you see him progress and as you see him grow, I seen videos of him in the gym and he's really taking it serious. You feel me? And he's really, really trying to I guess he's really trying to go crazy with it. And he's not the first fighter. Like some of the greatest fighters in boxing history was not amateur sensation. Some of them was fighting just to fight. Some of them was fighting for money. Some of them they had all different reasons. Him,
Hmm.
he just happened to have a unique situation. You feel me? You feel me?
Hmm.
And one thing I learned about boxing, anything is possible. In every fight, you get better. You feel me?
Yeah.
So there's no way he doesn't. There's no way he doesn't learn anything. And I appreciate him for taking the sport serious, or at least looking like he takes it serious. You feel me?
See, the one thing that I appreciate that he's done,
Mhm.
and it's for some reason it's a taboo subject, but I don't think it's taboo.
Yeah.
He's drawn more attention to the women's side of boxing.
Yes. Yes.
I've always had an issue with Clarissa not being on the pound for pound list.
Yeah, man, bro. She has one of the Clarissa Shields has one of the greatest, not just women's boxing resumes all times. You feel me? Two
Mm-hmm.
Olympic gold medals. Feel me? Like, there's only like 8 people in history that did that. Feel me? She went undisputed in 2 separate divisions. You get what I'm trying to
Mm-hmm.
say? I don't think anybody else has done that in the male side of boxing as of yet. You get what I'm trying to say?
Mm-hmm.
But Clarissa Shields, she is the greatest woman boxer ever, and one of the greatest boxers ever. You feel me? Like she
Yeah.
really, really deserves to be on that pound for pound list. You feel me?
Yeah. I think that him drawing attention to that was beautiful because between Clarissa, there's Serrano, there's McCaskill.
Toronto.
The, she's a,
Yeah.
she.
Nah, it's a lot of girls out here that do their
I
thing.
mean, Myers. They some hitters. There's
Yeah,
some hitters out here. It's
yeah,
just how do you get the attention onto there? Because McCaskill, because I know she fights on the zone or whatever.
mhm,
That's overseas stuff. All it takes is for AJ to be like, "Hey, I want her as my co-main event."
yes.
Something just that simple,
And a
and
lot
that
of
puts
people don't
her.
do.
They don't do that.
No, they look
It's
over it.
selfishness. It's
Yeah,
selfishness
selfishness. Yeah,
at the end of the day.
you know how it go.
Yeah. So after this opponent,
Yeah,
what's lined up? I know you're not trying to look past your opponent. I know
yeah.
that's a terrible thing to do.
Mm.
But what's next for Jahi Tucker?
You know, man. We just gotta keep stepping, bro. Step into that world title. That's like my main focus right now. You feel me? I don't know how many more fights I have till the world title. I just know, like, yo, no matter who they put in front of me for the next fight, you feel me? It's just the same step every single time. And every single time I want to make a statement to where it's like, yo, nah. I want because nobody's gonna just wake up one day and be like 100 people gonna wake up like, yo, this kid's the best kid coming out right now, or this kid's the next great fighter. I just want every fight, I want somebody to convert. At least 10 people, at least 20 people convert. Like, yo, nah, this kid is
Mhm.
serious. Or nah, like this kid is serious. You feel me? And just slowly but surely, it'll just be to the point where, like Michael Jordan, nobody denies that Michael Jordan is a top 10 basketball player all the time, a top five. You feel me? When you
Mhm.
was growing up, I bet you nobody said Michael Jordan was trash.
There was people. There was people who
Yeah,
did. But I understood that
yeah,
when it comes to discussing greatness,
yeah,
greatness does have to be broken down far as era.
yeah,
Far
yeah,
as era. See
yeah,
this, what I call this now, because whether we hate it or love it, Earl, Terrence, they're on their way out.
yeah,
We just seen Sean part ways. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? So Danny's not really fighting anymore. So
yeah. No, that era was kind of like fading out.
it's fading out,
Right
which
now, the only
leads
two dudes we got really is Spence and Crawford, and you know you guys, and
yeah,
Pacquiao just retired.
Pacquiao retired, and then Ugas. I love Ugas. I love
Yeah,
that guy.
yeah,
But other than that, it's like it's you, the Masons,
yeah,
Boots,
yeah.
Dylan Price.
Peace.
Yes,
You gotta. It's a lot of guys, man.
yeah. I mean Virgil Ortiz.
Yeah,
It's Edgar Berlanga. It's a
yeah,
lot of
yeah,
of you guys coming up now. That's going to shake up the way boxing is because I would say I love the current state. It's just the fact that our superstars aren't fighting.
yeah.
That's the only thing that I can think of that hurts the sport just a little bit. Our
And
superstars aren't fighting.
slowly but surely, though, the fights are starting to be made. You feel me? Last
Mhm.
year, there was a lot of fights where it's like, okay, now it's gonna be a good fight. You know, it's
Mhm.
not like I said, 10 years ago, there was a lot of fights that this is when the money era just started. Thanks to Floyd. You feel me?
Yeah.
Floyd Mayweather, man, he definitely revolutionized boxing.
Oh yeah,
And
I'm never going to deny that.
yeah,
It's
it's a
just
fact.
when do we get out of the money era and go into the aggression era?
I think the aggression era passed us. I feel like that aggression era passed back in like once Mike Tyson like was like kind of like fade into the tail end of his career as he was
Mhm.
leaving. Roy Jones Jr. around
Yeah,
03, 04. Like that's when it kind of like started changing. When it really changed when Floyd came back.
yeah.
When
When he
Floyd came
became
back,
money.
that's when it
Yeah.
really was like, all right, that's it. Now we in the money era. The next era may be like, the money plus the aggression era. Feel me?
But I
Because
hope
like I
so.
said, everybody wants to prove themselves now. And remember, we all growing up, we all seen these guys not fighting nobody. We all want to be head honcho. We all want to
Yeah,
prove something. So
yeah. See,
now,
because that
now we're gonna see a lot. You know what I'm trying to say?
I agree with that
Yeah,
because I look at a lot of fighters.
yeah,
They want what Floyd has. They want what Money Mayweather has,
yes.
but they don't realize what it
What
took to
Pitty
get
Boy
that.
Floyd?
What Pretty Boy
Yeah,
Floyd did,
yeah,
and I look like, where's Pretty Boy? There's so many people who want to get paid like
yeah.
money, but nobody wants to put in the work like Pretty Boy.
Nah,
Where
nah, man.
like you
They
gotta
don't
take those,
understand.
you gotta take those 4 rounders, you gotta take those six
Yeah,
rounders, you gotta take those 10 rounders, you gotta take those fights. What is your resume? What are you doing to make yourself undeniable?
they
And
don't be
some
doing
people want to
nothing,
just
man.
put the cart up before the horse now.
Sorry, my phone's about that plugging up.
Oh no, you good, you good, you good.
Yeah, man. But yeah, like you said, though, man, a lot of these dudes, man, they not like they don't like you said. They want what Floyd, what the older Floyd had, but they don't understand what it took for him to get that. You get what I'm trying to say? And they really try to take it for granted what he had to do, and he ain't do no simple task here. You get what I'm trying to say?
No, it was not simple at all.
At all.
It
No
was
way,
not.
shape, or form.
People just don't know. Like the term A side and B side got created with Floyd.
Yeah.
But people don't understand how many times he was the B side before he was even
Yes.
able to be the A side. And I think the lack of education on that is what's ruining a lot of fighters. Not the sport, but a lot of fighters.
Yeah.
Because they just jump in, they have 2 or 3 wins, and they automatically think I'm pay-per-view.
Yeah. And they're not looking at the quality of guys that they taking. You get what I'm trying to say? It's
Mhm,
different if you be in top 10s, top 50s, top 100s, and like this is my first couple fights. It's different. You feel me? But
mhm.
we not getting like top of the line opponents as of yet. You feel me? Of course, me personally, I'd love to fight the top of the line opponent. I feel like my skills come out more when I fight top competition.
Hmm.
But we take away what they give us now. When what you call it? Like you said, it's all about working your way up. You get what I'm trying to say? All
Hmm.
about working your way up. And a lot of guys, they just don't got that. They just want to like fast forward to that spot. Like you said, they want to fast forward to all the money and all like the jewelry and the glamour. And I'm fighting this guy for this amount of rounds. And you feel me?
Yeah, I don't like it. It's
Yeah, man. But
it's
don't get it wrong though. There's a lot of young killers out here. Not just myself. It's a lot of dudes
it's just
that really want that. They hungry, bro. It's a lot of hungry guys out here, man. You feel
it
me?
is a lot of hungry guys out here. It's just
Yeah.
I feel as if we're in the microwave era.
Okay. These got hot fast. They want to get hot
Yeah,
fast.
they're getting
Yeah.
hot fast,
Yeah.
but they not they not putting it
No
in the pot.
substance. Like,
No,
for example, when you all right, this. When you microwave something, you feel me? It'll be really, really hot for like that 1-2 minutes. Once that 2 minutes pass, it gets mad cold again.
yes, and sometimes you find out that the center ain't even done.
Yeah, and sometime in the middle of it, it's cold and shit.
Yeah,
Like, but when you put food in the pot, it stays hot for a minute. It
yes,
really stays hot. And that's a
yes,
perfect way that you put it. Microwave area. You really hit it right on the nose.
yeah.
Yeah.
So when you go, what round you gonna put this man away?
Me, I don't predict knockouts only because you never know. I'm not saying I'm not. I'm a dominate him like point blank. You feel me? Like that's how it's gonna go. And he's a good fighter. Strong fighter. Very, very, very strong. Very tough-willed person. You get what I'm trying to say? Tough-willed opponent.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just one of those situations where there's nothing he could do, and he's outmatched. He's outarmed, and I'm gonna dominate him.
I love
Knockouts, I don't predict them because you never know how much punishment somebody could take. But
it.
just when you tune in, just prepare for a highlight reel for a fact.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be tuned in. I will be sending you another text once it says the winner is.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
you know
what's
the
gonna
vibes.
happen.
Yeah,
How's the family, man?
man, the family's good, man. Blessed to be in the New Year's, man. 2022. You feel me? You?
Family's great, man. Just
Excellent.
taking it one day at a time. It's hard being a
Likewise.
man, but it's one
Yeah.
of the easiest jobs in the world.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So, with that being said, is there anything you want to put out here?
Listen, man, I really appreciate you, man. You get what I'm trying to say? I really appreciate being on your show, all the love you show, man. And it's no reciprocated right back. You feel me? Shout out to all the fans that's gonna tune in tomorrow, January 15th, ESPN Plus, Turning Stone, Verona, New York. You feel me? I really appreciate you guys. Shout out Top Rank, shout out J Prince Boxing, shout out Antonio Leonard, you feel me? Shout out Showtime Shot, shout out my pop, shout out my mom, shout out my family. Love you guys. Shout out the guys, and all that. You feel me?
Mhm.
Thank you.
Speaking of Jay Prince, I'm gonna let the
Yeah.
man take us out.
Oh yeah, Jay Prince coming at you live and in living color, and you're watching GMT Boxing.
Ah,
Peace, man.
peace, man. Love.